You were saying do what for a what kind of? Huh?
I'm gonna hurt you. Remember in the movie Donnie Darko, where the girl said that the most like the phrase that flowed off the like mouth the best was cellar door.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like some saying.
She was like, it was like a quote like from some great like artist or writer. It was like the most beautiful phrase of all time is cellar door.
Okay, interesting. Cellar door.
I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
That was like the word.
Funny
hey,
thing
Alexa.
about... Oh.
Donnie Darko cellar door.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Fucking. You're going in the fucking cellar after this episode. But yeah, I think that's from that
It's something
movie.
probably.
Yeah.
I think it was just...
Because he's like a weird dude in that movie. Remember? He like doesn't sleep and shit, and the plane hit the fucking house. I know, Fried. You're like, oh, you're talking about fucking Macaulay Culkin when his parents left him? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm. The Wet Bandits. Yep.
You talking about when he drank too much and he had to land the airplane in the
that little
Hudson
kid
River?
that got fucked by Michael Jackson? Yeah, I remember that movie.
Alexa, what does cellar door mean in Donnie Darko?
From metafilter.com. It means the entrance to a cellar.
Stop, dude, of course. Of course it does. I mean, hey, not wrong there. Cheers to that.
And welcome back to another episode of Ultra Wisdom, your fucking favorite podcast, where we break down hard realities and the tough questions that no one wants to ask.
Yeah.
Like, what's a cellar door? It's a door that leads to a cellar.
Pretty straightforward stuff there.
I'll tell you what, she's not wrong.
No, she's not.
But she's definitely not my favorite student.
So,
look up Cellar Door Donnie Darko if you're watching, and I'm pretty sure I have that correct. If not,
yeah,
put me in the same category with...
No, you probably do. Yeah. You probably do.
Bastards.
That movie, it's
weird.
It's too many spins and turns to even remember what really goes on. You're like, oh yeah, you didn't know that. Like you could say something like the red socks and the red scarf.
Yeah. It's like he didn't realize that the scarf that he had going to the left when it was on the right, and the next time that they saw him again like that was because it was this other reality.
Some bullshit like that.
That's
the
bunny
it's
mask.
One of those,
it's a crazy movie. It's a crazy movie.
You could be like, yeah, when he hit the person at the mailbox and he didn't, but he did.
Yeah.
But then he didn't. Mm-mm. You're like, what are you talking about, man?
He saved him.
That's like one of those mind benders. Oh, and then what you were just talking about.
Mind Benders is a sick fucking mind bender.
Band?
That's a sick band name or a sick podcast name.
Mind Benders, bro.
But it's like a shred, like jern jern.
I feel like if you had a Mind Benders podcast, you would like smoke DMT before and then have like.
No, because I feel like you wouldn't have a podcast because you'd just be straight.
Well, you would for a couple minutes, and then I guess you would come back.
Like Mind Benders was like a show on that network that had like Pawn Stars and like the
History
Repo
Channel.
Men, yeah, and it was just called like Mind Benders, and they would just like break down shit. Like I feel like that would be a show on that network.
Okay, it's like goes along with
that like kind of reality TV, like
how it's made.
Kind of like, who are the two dudes that used to always... Mythbusters.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Well,
it's like Mindbenders.
You got some wordplay going on there. You're like, Mindbenders reminds me of Mythbusters.
I'm like,
the MB combo.
I just feel like
doing something
like
to your brain there.
One of those spin-offs of one of those shows is like, to this week on Mindbenders, we're going to visit Felicia. She lives in a suburban neighborhood outside of Atlanta, and she thinks she can bend things with her mind. And they just go talk to people that think they can bend things with their mind. And they're like, it's like,
yeah. You're like, clearly you can't move the can on the table.
Like, Felicia, the tuna can has not been bent yet. And she's like, it's because the cameras are on, turn them off. And then all the people there
but then the cameras turn back on, and so like a tuna can
and it's like,
oh
my God, look, you can see the bend. Holy shit. She bent it.
With her mind.
And she's like convulsing. She's like,
It's great.
Mindbenders.
Knock off.
Come back next week.
Knock off Mythbusters.
When we visit Steve in Washington State.
Yeah, bust the myths of all the fake psychics out there. They're like, your grandma died?
You're like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Wow.
They're like, you had an umbilical cord. And you're like, yeah.
Oh my God. You like look at the person next to you, you're like,
dude, mind benders where we just go around the country and just bust fucking people for being fake mind readers.
Oh, they're
Well, like his mind's been busted.
bent. Stamped.
And we just kick the shit out of him.
Beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, dude. Sick
Yeah, dude.
show.
Call the cops on them. Beat the shit out of them.
We should pitch
Plant
that.
drugs.
We should pitch that. We should do an episode where we pitch an episode to like a network and we should submit it.
That'd be great.
We're like,
I mean, what? We're like, hey, you guys want to watch us get declined for
so
a
this is
TV
our
show?
idea. It's called Mind Busters. No, it's called Mind Benders.
Did you just say Nut Busters?
And you're like,
No,
hey,
Mind
you're messing me
Benders.
up,
That's
Jeff.
the other one. Sorry.
My name is Joe.
Jeff Tremaine from Survivor. We're like, all right, look, guys. He's like, do you want me to be the host or not? We're like, yeah, we really do. I mean, it would take our show to another level. Like, Survivor's one of the top TV shows of all time.
Yeah.
I'll firsthand say that.
Never seen it.
I'm not gonna lie, during COVID, dude, I rewatched all the Survivors.
Never saw it.
Dude, my dad used to watch it, and he was like, I could do that shit.
I love when people, dude. Dads are always on that shit.
He's like, dude,
I think once you have
look
kids,
at them, man. They can't even start this fire.
something-
It's taking them how many days?
Something in your body like turns when you have kids where you're like, fucking pussy couldn't even do that. I got that shit all day. Listen, you just got to dig a little bit of a hole and just put some kindling in there and just get
Plus,
the
you're
spark
like,
and-
dude, guy wants to walk around naked on a desert island. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him do it. You want to sit next to the fire with your balls out?
Probably feels really good.
Pull yours down too.
Probably feels really good. You're
Join
like,
them.
Yeah, I would.
Just turns into a nudist colony.
It's like, hey, this isn't really what we had.
They're like, hey, y'all guys kind of knock that off.
This isn't what we had
For
as
the show.
far as like we thought about this show.
We need y'all like fighting a little more, like
Kinda
having
wanted
like
y'all
secret
to argue
alliances.
about like things. I saw an old clip from a Survivor episode. And that's how my brain works. You just got to deal with it. I definitely have undiagnosed ADD or ADHD.
Probably
For sure.
I mean, it's probably the majority of.
But I'm not going to take medicine.
It's the. You
No.
said.
I'll wreck the truck. Staring at shit on the highway is so bad. I'm like,
Like what happened? I was really focused on the street sign. Had a smudge on it.
dude,
There was a bird over there in the
I
tree
am
I saw.
full retard when I drive. I'm just, damn. I had never seen an inflatable, wacky, arm flailing tube man that size before. Kill an entire family of immigrants coming from Mexico to leave in New York.
Dude, you hit their.
I hit their fucking
their
box
van.
truck that's got 80 of them in the back of it. It smells like doo-doo and nachos. Fuck, man. What
Yeah.
are we talking about? I just lost it. God damn it. Oh, I saw an old clip of Survivor where they had the like team men and team women,
Yeah.
and they like split them up for like 12 hours, and they were like, you guys have to build your own campsite. Again, I never watched the show, but I just saw this clip. I was like, you have 12 hours to build yourself shelter, find food, and start a fire. The team that does it the best gets the reward, whatever they get for those episodes. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And like, by like the 6th hour, the dudes had like a shack built, like a fire, and we're just fucking rotisserie, just fucking like fish.
Yeah,
and
'cause
the
they caught
chicks
some
were
fish.
like shaking, cold, getting rained on. Like, we can't fucking figure it out.
Stop, dude.
I'm not kidding you. And the one chick was like, yo, I'm leaving and I'm just going to go join the men's team. Because anytime you were allowed to leave the team if you wanted to and like go to the other team, and like literally next thing you know, all the chicks were on the men's. Like they're at the men's campsite. They're like, yeah, we all just quit. They win. We're just gonna hang out over here.
So
They
like,
got
do you
fish.
want to give up your vote for food and water? You're like,
They're like, yeah, they got fish, fire, and cock. Not only is my mouth gonna get. It's funny. You can look that clip up too.
yo, I'm not
making
gonna lie.
it up.
Every time something has to get like bleeped out or blurred out,
It's too much hand gestures.
If you
to
know,
like,
if you like probably clip it, it's me going like this. It's me being like, oh god.
yeah, dude, you fucking turned 30 and became a 50-year-old man. You're like, oh, the audacity.
Oh god, you just said
Have some fun. He said, their bellies are filled with common minds. Oh, it's not even a good combination. At least a mango chutney.
at least a little mango in there.
I have a little
They're
mango.
like, oh, we
with
have this coconut asshole.
Hot take. I know you're a big fish guy. You love fish. Like, you love a good piece of fish.
Oh yeah.
I do too, but you love it. You're. I feel like you would almost lean more towards a good piece of fish than a steak.
No.
No?
Maybe in the past
'Cause
when I was younger.
I've been with you a lot where you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get the sear raw tuna. Or like, I'm going to get the fucking this fish or something.
It depends on how I feel
To
now.
me, you love a steak.
But back in the day, I don't know if I've said this, but I stopped having like birthday parties. I was like 12. I wasn't friends with you then, but I would have people come over and be like, we can either go to the movies or just hang out here and ride the go-kart. And I did that from like,
You get a go-kart
Yeah, I had a
at
go-kart.
your house?
Yeah.
You have nothing to complain about.
I had one go-kart that was flippable. And then
Like had the roll bars? Like you could like flip
Well, I had
it?
one that had no roll bars, like originally, like.
Yeah.
And then I had one with the roll bars.
Fuck
And you would flip
driving
on
a
both.
go-kart out there.
Dirt road.
Oh.
It's fun, man. As a child, you're like a child with a motor and a steering wheel. You have to, wear your helmet. That's what they say. Don't. And then people would be like, "Hey, I think I saw your son riding around with the helmet strapped to the front of it. He didn't have it on. He had the helmet strapped to the front."
Of course. Cool guy.
Why would you? I'm not wearing the helmet.
I'm not
Like,
gay.
not all the time. I mean, if I'm doing something crazy, I'll put the helmet on. But
Yeah.
I'm not just always riding around.
When I think of
35 miles
go-karts,
per hour.
I think of like the indoor tracks with like the slick tires. Like
No, these things only go like 45.
Yeah, no,
they were
no.
like.
I caught on once you said the gravel.
I think
road.
you used to be able to buy some go-karts at like Sam's Club. I think they were like on par with that.
Two things I didn't have as a child:
Sam's Club
membership and go-kart. You're on a roll today.
Damn, dude.
Keep it going.
Outclassed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn, dude.
But
Wow. No, anyway, so have those parties, and it would be like, we can go watch Spider-Man,
okay.
or we can just hang out here.
So your parents like, yo, we could take fucking Devin and
10
Daniel
kids.
to go to South Park Mall to see
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Kyle was there. Kyle's been
And
classic
we'll get
childhood
candy
friend.
and pizza, but that's your birthday party.
Yeah, it was like, I remember I got my Nintendo 64 in the second grade at Discovery Zone. Shout out.
I think that's about, yeah.
It was like the teenage version of Chuck E. Cheese's.
Discovery Zone?
Yeah. And it's not a thing anymore because, I mean, it had like those roller slides and it had like all the video games set up.
Where was that at?
I don't remember where. I really don't. I was in second grade. But used to have cool parties like that. I got my Nintendo 64 there, dude. Classic.
I think kids still do have cool parties. We're just not kids anymore.
Yeah, true. We're not a part of that scene.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was like, oh, we can do something cool like that, or we could just chill at the house. And it ended up being just chilling at the house a lot.
That's what you would choose.
Yeah, and like once I got older,
Yeah.
and the chilling in the house just turned into like a fish fry.
That's kind of
And
cool.
that's what it was.
Why'd
always
you
just
choose
a fish
that?
fry. Because my grandfather was an avid fisherman.
No, I'm saying like, you would think as like a kid, you'd be like,
You're like,
I want to go to the movie
I
theater
wanna
with a
go
bunch of fucking...
skydiving.
I don't know many
no.
people taking kids skydiving. That's wild.
12 years old. That's
Like,
the
hey, can you
minimum
sign
age.
a waiver right here that if your kids die...
Yeah. They're like, you telling me they could die? Sign them up.
Dude, I'm coming to your kid's birthday party if you're taking fucking skydiving.
Y'all
That's-
coming?
Oh, hell yeah.
We're like, wow.
But why'd you choose, instead of like the big party at like a bowling alley or movie theater, just like at the house fish fry?
I don't know, man. Maybe like subconsciously it's like more personable.
Choice.
It's more personable. Plus, too, like, I'll shout it out. Unfortunately, I think it's called Selling Sunset. It's like one of those like LA. We sell $20 million real estate properties, and we make $400,000 for the sale commission.
Okay.
And it's like, and we're all stupid bimbos with fake breasts.
What are you talking about?
This TV show, Selling
Oh,
Sunset.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, shouting them out about. Wait. What was the question you asked me?
Dude.
I lost myself.
I was like,
I lost myself in the
as
moment.
a child? I know. That's why I was like, I don't get the transition.
Okay.
I was like, why did you choose, like, instead of the movie theater, bowling alley, arcade with the boys at like that young of an age, that instead of like, why did you choose the fish fry at the house?
I said it. Wow, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get, because you were like, oh, I eventually stopped having birthday parties at like 12 and just started like staying at home and having like the fish fries.
Yeah, I
Why?
said that.
Why? Like, what do you think like the choice behind that was?
It's more personable, I think.
You just wanted to have like a party at your house.
Yeah. Oh, I remember why I brought the Selling Sunset bullshit.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
God damn it.
Shout
And so,
out, unfortunately. And I was
Unfortunately,
like-
I'm shouting them out.
then you're like,
And yeah, I'm like, why am I
big-titted
talking
fucking blonde women?
Why
And
am I
was like-
talking about this
I was
shit?
like, your birthday's ruled, dude.
Yeah, no, it was because they're fucking like super egotistic, narcissistic, like, yeah, this party's about me and look at my outfit. It's $50,000.
Yeah.
And oh my God, my husband got me a bag. That's $50,000 too. I'll use it at least twice because it only goes with a couple outfits. Right?
So you...
And it just felt like when it was like, hey, we're making an experience. Why? Because of my birthday.
You thought that at that young of an age?
Yeah, I was
That's
just like,
pretty sick.
it felt like I don't
You were
want
like,
it to be
instead
about
of this
me.
being more about me, I'd rather have like
about
more like
us.
a home.
Like we got an opportunity
I got you.
to be together. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm just, I guess, coming to this realization also.
Yeah, because
But
at 13, if you were like, hey, bowling alley, birthday cake, nachos, and like pizzas with like 15 of your friends. Or
You would pick that?
Fish fry at the house. I think I'm taking that.
the bowling alley shit.
I just think it'd be like fun to just have that many people. Like,
I mean, it wasn't
But
that
you
many
got-
people too.
yeah,
It wasn't
but
like
still.
I had like 50 friends. It was like 12.
no, that's pretty cool. I mean, homie. Kind of.
I mean, we got pictures of like everybody. It's probably like 15 to 12 to 15 people on the go-kart. Like,
Yeah.
think about like a peacock with the feathers spread.
Yeah.
Everybody's hanging on with like one hand.
And you're in the driver's seat.
Probably. That's kind of cool.
Fuck yeah. You're like, it's not about me.
But take a picture real quick.
Take a picture of me real quick. Mad Max style, bitch.
Yeah. Hey,
Like-
y'all didn't give me that cool helmet?
They're all my.
Y'all didn't give me the cool
They're all
helmet?
my
I'm
passengers.
not wearing that shitty helmet.
They're on the Zach ride, the Zach train, boy.
Damn, dude. No, it would never. It was never like that.
I
Yeah,
got
it's
you,
so
I got
funny
you.
though. That's funny. That's
I
funny.
just was like thinking in my head, like I get when you get to an age,
Yeah.
like you're like, dude, I don't want to go nowhere and do nothing like that. I just want to have like a nice dinner and go home. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude.
mean?
And now
Yeah.
it's like a grown man. You'd be like, even just like drinking beers and shooting pool for a couple hours. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't, but it's funny too. Like when there's more open ended like options, it's easier for like the group of people to kind of like disseminate and be kind of farther apart. Like maybe some people are outside, maybe some people are inside doing
Yeah.
this. But if you're like, hey, come over and shoot pool tonight, you're hanging around the pool table.
Yeah, that's gonna be the
You know what I'm
central
saying?
location. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I think before
Thoughts out loud, baby.
I think like before like 24, I wanted to have like more of like a party and like a gathering and like get together and go do
Like
something.
send out the invite.
Or just do something, have like a party.
Yeah, make sure you know it's a big event. I send it out 2 weeks in advance.
Or just like, hey, yeah, we're going to have a get together. We're going to do something fucking cool or fun and we're going to have a good ass time.
How much advance you give people?
I don't know, a week or two.
A week?
Yeah.
That's rough. 2 weeks. It's probably like minimum 2 weeks. 2 weeks
Yeah.
to a month.
I don't think at
2 to 4.
22 you're worried about logistics.
I'm not talking about 22. Man. I'm talking about like just like in general.
Oh, I'm talking after that age, like that 23, 24 age. I think after that, it's like, oh, no, I don't even want a birthday party. Or like a birthday thing. I just kind of just want to like be left alone.
Drown my sorrows on my own.
I just want to like have a. I'm telling you, you get to an age like I really just like my dream or like my ideal birthday at this age, like this age right now, is good dinner somewhere.
like a restaurant fancy.
And I don't like necessarily like eating fancy.
It's a steak though. It's
Just like a
steak. It's
nice
steak.
good dinner,
It's a steak.
and like just
When you say a nice good
Yeah.
dinner, what are you thinking?
steak for sure.
It's a steak.
Maybe some fish, some like sushi or something like that. Like
Yeah.
an easy $250.
You got somebody there with you too. You're like, hey, if you get that and I get this, then we can share. We can
Yeah,
have both.
I just want like a nice dinner. Like I just want to go to a nice dinner, and not have to worry about anything, and just get what I want to get, and that be that. You know what I mean?
And then at Texas Roadhouse, they bring the saddle over, and they're like, hop on.
They're like, "Did you want more of that cinnamon butter?" And I'm like, "No, Tracy, I'm good."
But then, like, if you want the free sundae, you have to sit on the saddle and take the picture for the wall.
I'm like, "What's the weight limit?" They're like 210. I'm like, "Can't sit on it."
No, they're like, oh, actually, manager said 240. So
You're
I think
in
you're
luck
good.
today. We just got the new saddle. it's reinforced
It's reinforced for you, heavy men.
for the big boys.
Not the heaviest of men, though.
You want the little Duke or the Big Daddy?
Heavy
I'm like,
light.
Get the Big Daddy out. Get the Big Daddy out.
Yeah, get the Big Daddy. Because honestly, I haven't weighed myself in a while. Might be a little more than that.
Oh yeah, probably.
Then you take a picture, like, they put the hat on your head, too.
Yeah.
The reins of, like, just a sawhorse.
Birthday parties are weird,
a
especially
saddle with
when like
nothing.
you like talk to adults now that like still like Like, come celebrate my
big
33rd birthday.
Yeah, I'm throwing
party.
a big birthday.
It's
And
the
at streamers.
33 blowout, baby.
And streamers.
And we're going all in, and I'm like...
And cold sparklers.
Oh,
you know
I'll come enjoy. I'll
you
come
know what
enjoy.
a cold sparkler is?
No, I don't.
It's like sparklers that you see people like, it's like sparklers shooting out of like fountain sparklers, you know, like classic fireworks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's not like hot sparks. It's like you can put your hand over it. It's like cold. It doesn't burn.
I've
you
never
or
seen this
anything.
witchcraft before.
Yeah. If I can find a video of it, I'll put it
I know
right
exactly
here.
what you're talking about. Like, you could like actually put your hand into it, and it wouldn't burn
Just
you.
doesn't burn you.
Never
And
heard
so
of
like
that.
it doesn't burn clothes or like outside in nature, and so people can like walk through it or jump through it, stuff like that. But you're like, yeah, cold sparklers everywhere.
I
It's
want
33.
cold sparklers.
I'm gonna be 33.
So I'm saying, I think it
Hashtag.
gets to a point where it's cringe to have like a birthday
Yeah.
party. Like I think your early 20s is cool because that's your drink. Like you just became 21, 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can drink and go out and do shit. But I think you hit an age where you're like, if you're still planning a birthday party for yourself and like you want to have this big, this is my take. It's not
Extravagant
everyone's,
thing.
but if I'm like, dude,
It's kind of cringe.
December 9th,
cringe.
32. We're gonna fucking have a big party. We're gonna get. I just. To
Dude,
me, it's cringe.
The re-shout out, the selling
But your
sunset.
birthday party should be what you want it to be. It should be.
Oh yeah, dude, turn up if you want to. And,
I'm a
and have
low-key
cold
birthday
sparklers.
party guy.
You like you have to jump through the cold sparklers to get in,
You have to sit on the 360 photo thing. You know,
Yep.
the thing that goes around.
and you like pose, and you like move your dress,
Everyone must come in a theme costume from the 90s.
and pick up your masquerade mask at the front.
Yep.
No, for real, do it, do it. But selling sunset,
Me, it's
dude.
gay. Sorry.
I said when I walk past, you know who's watching it, and I'm like, literally the first thing I think of is like hashtag cringe TV. It's like tune into cringe TV now.
Oh, they're watching in there
Yeah.
right now.
No, not right now.
Oh,
No.
who was watching that?
But she was earlier. Like,
Oh.
this is why I'm referencing it, because I walked by. I'm like,
Gotcha.
what the
I
hell
wondered.
are you watching?
I was like, maybe this was on the same time Survivor was. No. Oh, this is new. Some reality TV is very popular.
Yeah, dude.
It's very popular. And I think maybe because it is so cringe.
It's cringe. And it literally, like, you know how certain things do certain things to you emotionally. It is one of those certain things. And cringe is such a good word for it.
Yeah.
Because there are things out there that are, you're just like,
You're like, Jesus Christ.
it sucks too because the word's like you. You're like, you.
Yeah.
Gross, dude. It's like gross.
Yeah, I like cringe. I'm like, oof.
And I was like, dude, honestly, all the girls, like the one scene I saw at the table talking mad shit about the girls not at the table.
Yeah.
They were like, just full of themselves and like,
But
dude,
again,
I know it's because, and dude, it's going to get specific here. It's one of them because she referenced it to me.
that bitch,
No.
Tammy.
Yeah, no, I hate her. No, dude.
Her tits
she
are
was like,
60,000.
no, this girl was like, got pregnant, never wanted to have a husband, never ever will have a husband. Is like,
Yeah.
hashtag never husband kind of thing. They're like on their Instagram. But she made sure that, because she wanted to be a mother, of course.
Yeah.
So she got Nick Cannon to have another baby with her.
Gotcha.
So one of the,
She's like, yo.
and they were like walking up to each other after this table dinner at another party. They were like, someone at that dinner party told me that you call me a social climber. How
Is that the
dare you?
phrase?
How dare you?
I was gonna
You
say-
know I work hard to be where I am. I'm not just out here sleeping with celebrities and trying to get pregnant by them. You understand?
If you have to tell people you're not here sleeping celebrities to climb the ladder, you are.
Dude, one of them was like, I'm happy. I'm happy. The girl's like, clearly you're not. But even though some of them, they like sauce on each other, they're like just fucking like roasting.
But also,
They're
too,
all just
you
fucking horrible people, and they're just like, it's
you
just
gotta
like they
think
live
in
in
some
that shit.
sense that they like turn it up a little bit too with for
the cameras.
Yeah, come on, like
For the
they
cameras.
probably are like that in real life, but also too, you got to think it's probably a little
They
bit
dab
more,
each other up and smoke a cigarette afterwards.
a little more amplified. They're probably just more like
Next time, the producers are like, can y'all maybe physically like
push, shove.
just not fist fight, but physically get
What if they're like, and cut, and they're like,
That dust came off you, boy.
and they're like,
That's lint.
cool, and they're like, hey, I'll go outside and smoke a cig, and they're like just chill as fuck. They're literally like,
Good take.
good
That's all it
take.
takes.
We're gonna wrap another episode today. Can't believe all these fucking idiots in America think we act like this, right?
No way.
Like,
dude.
yeah, you trying to get the
Wow.
$5 Taco Bell box after this?
Wow.
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
Because Kaylee watches like reality TV shit, and I'll indulge from time to time. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to get up from the couch. I'll just watch it. And
It makes me get up.
I know that
It forces
eventually
me.
I'm like, yeah, I
It forces
gotta
me.
go do something else. Yeah,
I have to
But
find something else to do.
I think like from what I've seen is like they definitely like
Milk it.
no. They encourage like the producers and stuff. Like, oh, you should have another drink, like alcohol. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like for them to get loose to the point where they're like, you don't fucking know me.
No, because they outright say they're like, look, I'm not going to lie. I'm
Yeah.
starting to feel myself. I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I've had a couple drinks. Now, specifically, if I have 2 more tequilas and a bourbon shot after that, I'm a fist fighter.
Yeah.
And they're like, they just randomly be like, what is this?
They're like, it's a champagne challenge. First one to drink the whole bottle
It's
gets
tequilas.
5 minutes with Nick by themselves. And they're like, and then they're all just like fucking crying.
They're
and
like, dude, did she have the 2 tequilas yet? Feed her the bourbon shot. And she's like, they just start.
yeah, reality
Can't
show.
believe you said that shit.
I've watched a little bit of it. I'm just like, God damn.
They're
Also,
like,
too, you're also
they're like,
putting
how
your-
dare you try to go back to his cabin with him? How dare you?
You
They're
also
like,
put
you guys
yourself-
encouraged it. Y'all gave us the drinks, and then you sent me a text I can show you. It said
they're
y'all
like,
should go back to the room
You
together.
want to stay around for another episode, right? Because them
You know
shows,
the contract
those
clauses.
shows too. Also,
You know, if we kick you out, you
those
don't
shows
get
too
anything.
also get those people like mass followings, and you know, once you build a following, you know,
You're like, I don't care if y'all hate me from this show that I worked on this ship and I was a server and I got caught with drugs and sleeping with the pilot or
I now
the
have
captain
3
or
million
whatever.
followers in my own Yoga Pants sports line. And
I started my yoga pants.
Yeah.
And I don't need that anymore.
Nope, that's new money, baby. These
Damn,
things are
dude.
$50K.
You're like, you think like influencer shit, like I start my yoga pants line and be like, no, I started it as a dog fighting ring. It's fucking underground. That shit is sick as fuck, dude.
Like, yo, Mike Vick, baby.
Dude, I make millions on
Hey,
it.
Virginia Tech, cool.
Like, how'd you get so big? Like, dude, Instagram.
Yeah, duh. That's how those dating shows like now are no longer like a good kind of like way. I feel like
It's like
when
a
those
thing of
things
a past
started
already.
in like the late 90s and early 2000s, it was like I feel like those people kind of like generally were going on there to like find love,
You mean like Love is Blind?
or like The Bachelor and Bachelorette,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
shit like that. That's the one I've like probably watched the most of. I don't know shit about it.
The
but, like,
recent
I've
one, I
seen
do
them.
know. I haven't seen it, but it's like, it's called,
The Golden Age.
the
or
Golden Bachelor.
I've seen the commercials.
And it's like a
for it.
65-year-old
It's like
dude.
old
He's
heads.
like, hey, look, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. I'm on testosterone replacement. I do cold plunges.
Only have
I'm
about
really
20 more
healthy.
years to eat pussy. So I'm coming on here.
And I've been married once. Actually, yeah, the second one wasn't like technically legal, so only one time, but
He's like, I'm trying to eat so much pussy, I shit clits. He's just munching 60 bucks.
goes
for
to
like
the doctor. You're like, I'm
fucking
having an
18
issue, doc.
weeks. Yeah.
Like, what's wrong?
Keep shitting out these little fucking pink buttons. He's like, oh yeah, those are just clits, dude. How much pussy you eat a week? And he's like, 1 to 2 a night.
You're
He's
like, you're lying. You're
it's
lying.
a lot.
It's
I
like,
think
you
it's
know,
a lot more than that.
Yeah. Well, we
He's
can
like,
talk
hey,
about your
I'm probably
blood.
having like
You-
5 or 6 a night, dog.
no,
Honestly.
you're like, even still, you're like, come on, man,
he's
seriously.
like, I probably have 100 drinks, so 100 clits a week, dog. He's like, God.
That's about right, but yeah, we can see it in your blood.
He's like, Joseph.
It's like all those alcohol dudes, they're like, yeah, about 1 or 2 a week, maybe 3, 4. Like, oh, it looks like
Only
you
1 or
have-
2 drinks a week. I don't know why I'm
It
like
looks
50
like-
pounds heavier than I was last year. That's
So you're
weird.
having 1 or 2 drinks every hour.
Like, you eat a lot of fast food? You're like, no. I like drink a lot of soda. They're like, mm-mm. We're like, well, you passed your drug test. You're not on anything there.
Dude, double
What's
big
doing it?
gulps. You're like, no, what's doing it is all the,
The Bold Rocks and the fucking Mike's Hard Lemonades.
cause that's all I can drink.
Pure sugar. Oh, dude, that shit's so fucking crazy. But my point was, I think those shows kind of were like a thing that people went on to kind of find this like true love and possibly win like a contest.
Mm-hmm.
And then you eventually saw like people going on there
To
to
just get-
become influencers. It's like, I'm gonna go on this show. I don't give a fuck about.
They're like, oh
falling
my
in love.
God, that person is the best person.
But if I can make myself
We
a
love
meme,
them.
I'll get 100 million followers.
Especially because they all talk about the edits. They're
Yeah.
like, they edit shit.
Fuck yeah.
To make you look certain ways.
Fuck yeah. They're like,
like-
she's going to be the villain. She's going to be like the hometown sweetheart.
And she only has like a 1 or 2 pop-offs, but they make it, it's a big...
Yeah. Like, and on this week,
But then you're the golden boy, you're like the golden child of the show, and everybody loves you, and then they're like, sorry, you don't get a... It's just really our connection, but I can't get you a rose. It's just because I'm deeper. And then the person's like, it's all right, I understand.
Can you
I
imagine
understand. I can see the
in that
connection.
fucking like...
And then afterwards, they dap up the producer, dude. They're like, how many more followers you get to after that? They're like, 1.2 million. Appreciate that, Trey.
It's like, bro, yeah, dude.
Trey, appreciate that, dog.
You've been doing good out there, man. Hey, next time, maybe like a tier.
They said, hey, look, and for real, the way that we kind of edited it to make it look like it ended, you're definitely for next season, you're an option. And we'll keep in touch with you about it.
You could always come back.
You could always come back.
Never know if you're a fan favorite. So do your best.
And everybody liked you.
Yeah, dude, that shit's weird. I never I don't know. That's some weird shit.
For people's real lives.
I feel like you can tell it's like produced. It's like
People's
fake.
real lives. That's why YouTube is just better. That's why YouTube, especially the quality that people really invest in their YouTube videos, it's high caliber. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it definitely plays more from, it takes away from like, how film was like this creative outlet to like, and then Marvel movies make all the money, so they make the same superhero movie over and over again, so. But it used to be like this creative outlet to express something and make the audience feel a certain way.
You're trying to capture something,
and
make
now
someone
it's
else
just
feel
so
that.
like corporate and just like you said, the pandered. It's all just pandered, panderverse.
There's
Shout
got to
out,
be at least one person in a wheelchair.
shout out. They got a lot of minorities. It's like how there's like not a lot of this person here. Let's make sure that we put all of those people in there. Because that's what we have to do.
It almost like makes you like when you watch it, just go like, do they think we're that dumb?
It's like, think about the most rare
Like, is
type of
anyone
person.
watching this and being like, holy shit, I'm so glad there were 7 Hispanic women in this movie. That made me feel way better about this fucking car that's going to explode and the fact that a Hispanic woman drugged the person
Well,
out.
just think about it. It's going to get... what if it gets to the point where you're like, they have to have red hair and be black with a gap in between their 2 front teeth and
They have to
a
hit, like,
mole
50
and a mole in
different
their
boxes.
face. Yeah, and a mole in their face. And what else do they need?
A
They need to
colostomy
be
bag.
bilingual for sure.
Colostomy bag.
They can't be Spanish because
No.
that doesn't count.
And we also don't want them anymore. Too many came in. Get them out of the cities. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, equal opportunity, obviously. Like, of course, everyone should have like an equal opportunity to like pursue a role in a movie and potentially get it. But also too, when you write a movie like as like an author, don't you kind of have like an idea in mind? Like, this is the character.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people say.
Like, this is my vision. This is my fucking script in my movie. And in this movie, it's a fucking white jack dude with sunglasses who thinks he's a robot.
But you can't
Arnold.
change it.
You gotta have him in that movie.
Right.
You put anyone else in the
Right.
Terminator series, it's dog shit.
Well, that's what's happening.
He
and
makes
like
that
I was
shit
saying,
fucking hit.
like I was saying, it's happening to where that corporate money, like you're like, all right, well, if you want your film to be,
Yeah, if you want
high
to
caliber
fucking,
with $36 million investment,
Yeah.
then you
it's
have to
gotta
come
have
to
these
us.
things.
Right. And then so people are just like, all right, screw it. I'm going to do it
Yeah,
on my
people
own.
are gonna fucking. They already are going away from that shit.
Exactly.
Like, people
but
don't. Everyone already is dogging like fucking the movies that come
what I'm
out now.
saying.
They're terrible.
I mean, dude, think about
They're
how
terrible.
long the like movies were on strike. Nobody really.
The writers,
Dude, I mean,
The movies are on strike. They were in their film boxes like, we're not gonna go out in the theaters.
I mean, dude, I don't go to the movies. I haven't really ever. I know people do, but I'm just saying, like, there's really no movie where I'm like, I'm going to go spend money on it because it's going to be on one of the streaming platforms that I have because I have every single one. Eventually, it'll be on one of them.
Yep.
I'm patient.
Yeah.
And you would think anybody with some intelligence, logic, I'm boring you?
No, I was just yawning real quick.
Oh, okay. Long day?
DTTS.
What's that mean?
What was it? Daylight savings time? Daylight savings...
DST?
Yeah, DST.
You said DLs?
I said
DSLs?
DDST. I don't know what DDST is.
You don't know what DSLs are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You got a nice pair on them lips, boy.
You can't see. Yeah. Dude, the other day I was like, I did something. I was like, oh, I haven't seen my upper lip in a while. Ain't really much going on there.
No.
I was like, dang, I thought I had a bigger lip than that.
Forgot what his lip looked like.
Like, damn, that lip ain't nothing.
Movies is a
Nothing
fun
to that.
experience, though. It is. It is a fun experience.
But who does it anymore?
Nah, I mean...
Nobody.
But also maybe we don't...
It's $20.
Maybe when you're fucking 19 it's cooler.
No. Eventually...
That fucking bow tie theater over there is packed when I leave tonight on a Friday night.
Damn, you're yelling at me up in here.
Packed. People are doing it.
Yeah, people are doing it.
So don't be like, oh, people don't do it. It's a huge pull. It's
So
huge,
weird.
It's a huge pull.
But I heard it's not as huge as it used to be. And they're really trying to keep it afloat.
Of course not.
Clearly. And that's where like,
Because
dude, we
of
can't pay
streaming
y'all. And they're like,
platforms.
well, we won't do what we did for you before if you can't pay us more. We won't do what we did with you before if you don't pay us more.
Like, shut it down. Sell to Hulu.
So, you know, it's just like, I don't know.
There's so many things that all the money's spread out. You used to have to go to the movies to see a new movie, or else you'd have to wait a year for it to come out on DVD.
Yeah, it used to be a big deal.
You had to
You
go
had to see it because
the
everyone's
movie.
going to talk about it. You haven't seen it. It's going to get
You
ruined.
didn't see Jaws?
They were like, hey, he dies in the beginning and the end.
It's
You're
about
like,
a
what?
fucking shark that eats people, man. It's insane. Timmy, you have to go see
I've
it.
already seen it 6 times.
Or what, are you going to wait for a year for it to come out? What are you, fucking loser?
Yeah, no, you're a loser.
You
I can
had
tell.
to.
I can see it on
But
you.
like
It's
you
your
said,
haircut.
movie comes out, it's in the theaters for 2-3 months, and then
Yeah,
bam, it's right
now.
on a platform.
It's different now.
Also, no one buys movies anymore.
It's different now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the world's changing. I'm telling you, that's why YouTube,
There's
the
so
quality,
many options.
people are
There's
spending
so
millions of
many
dollars
options.
on their YouTube videos.
Yeah, there's so many
You know?
options. That's the
millions of dollars on a YouTube video. You know why? Because it makes more.
thing. Well, not only makes more, if they're going to be... The people that are generally going to that specific of a thing to watch it really want to watch it.
And that's the thing too about YouTube
Like,
is
if you
and I've
look
said
up
this,
like fucking
There's a
how
community.
to build a back porch, like
There's a community for it.
community of people that do DIY projects that build woodcraft porches and decks, and
you know
you'll
what got
get a
me the
part
other
of it.
day? You know what
What?
got me the other day on YouTube?
What?
It was a like 15 to 20 minute video of a person that like
You be watching some long videos.
no, so they say 10 minutes is what the best YouTube videos do, 10 minutes, right? And so usually they're in between 10 and 20, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but this one was like in that range, and it was a dude building Lego ships, putting them in a fish tank, and sinking them with some other Lego device that he built. And it was like, what are you know how you put the electronics on the Legos, but it wasn't Lego. What was that called? Like,
Oh yeah, it wasn't the Mega Blocks. It wasn't. I know what you're talking about.
they're like the skinny things that you can build motors with. You're like, oh, it put the gear on
Yes.
it. And anyway, he built like a launcher, and it would like take down this little dingy
He was
ship.
fucking testing out
and then
ships
he,
in
and then
the
he would
water.
be like, all right, this is the yacht. And he was like, the launcher won't get the yacht. So he built like a wave machine, and he made like the waves. And then the wave machine wouldn't crash the like aircraft carrier that he built with Legos. And so he had to like come up with some other thing. He like built a crane and like lifted rocks and put it into the back of it until it sank. And he was just like sinking all the Lego ships, and that was it. He like built the biggest ship he could build, and he sank it. He started little with some little shooter, and then boom, he's like,
Dude loves Legos, obviously.
it's all like fast paced. He builds it in like 2
hours.
seconds. It's like ASMR. It's just intriguing.
Dude
You're
loves
like, dude,
Legos and was like, yo, what can I do today with the things that I love to play with? Oh, I'm going to like see what out of these 6 ships I built takes the same
He's
thing.
like, I'm gonna do this
and
anyway.
I'm going to film it all.
And exactly.
11,000 people are going to like it.
Exactly. I'm going to do this anyway. And
So
so
why
if
not
I
film
record it,
Yeah.
and film it, then eventually, just the way that it works, eventually, it grows a following.
It does,
That's
because
how the
eventually
algorithm works.
people that are already looking for Lego shit are going to find it.
Shout out, guys.
100%.
Look, we're at like episode 40-something.
Yeah.
we're at subscriber 40 something.
Yeah.
When we get to 50
One an
episodes,
episode.
we're going to get 50 subscribers. We're going to keep making our way up.
Yeah.
And eventually, when we get 1,000 subscribers, we're going to start our Patreon. And you're going to be able to hear everything this guy right here says in real life.
It's
No
all pink in
bleeps.
the center.
No bleeps.
But I think that's where we're at, is that people are like, I'm already going to do this, so just film it, put it up. The people that are already searching whatever that is are going to come across it just automatically.
Yeah.
And then if like a quarter of them just share it with other people, and then a quarter of them share, it'll eventually it's just stacking.
It's funny, too, because, like, there are so many things that come up in my
Fucking
algorithm.
biggest YouTube thing is motherfuckers eating hot wings. I mean, let's be real.
No, it's watching a kid open toys.
That's the crazy. Kid content's nuts.
It's watching a child open presents.
No, you know what it really is? It's hello. It's kid shit. It's those Miss Rachel and those Blippy videos, bro.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine.
We're talking 100, 200 million views.
On one video.
And they have hundreds.
So we
of
stop
videos.
making a podcast and we just start. We're
Kid
like
content, I think, way
kids.
to
We're
go.
like, I mean, dude.
You wear overalls, and we like spray paint your hair like some colors, and I
And
like
we
wear
get
wacky
somebody to
glasses and
animate a
hat,
dog.
and we go out to the park, and we're like, dun, 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 dun,
And
dun,
we just
dun,
literally
dun.
rip
I'm
off
like,
everything.
Yeah, and I'm like,
We
look, buddy, hey, oh, can you count
hit me in
to
the
3
head,
with
I'm
me?
like,
And you're
doink.
doink, and there's some like stars that go. 85 million views. I'm like, sick, bro. I guess we're fucking.
Guess we're doing this shit every
kid
day.
content creators.
We're like, boing. When I go up, you go down.
But,
Ready?
like, I had this
when I go up, you go
Yeah.
down, and when I go up, I'll say boing, and when you go up, you say boing.
Okay.
Ready? Boing,
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 boing.
boing. Isn't that fun?
Yay!
Clap your hands.
How many boings?
How many fingers are on your hands? 5
One.
each? 1, 2, 3,
Three,
4, 5.
5.
Yay!
Yeah.
Boing,
Boing.
boing,
Boing.
boing. 17.9 million views in 3 days. You're like,
Oh.
I'm not kidding you,
Yo.
dude. That's the shit I watch at the house
Stop,
with the girls
dude.
a lot, bro.
Yeah,
It's,
no, that
if
makes
you look
me
at all
feel
those
crazy.
videos, well, I had this conversation with Kaylee. I'm like, bro, could you imagine
Doing
that's
this every
what you
day.
do all day?
No.
Like, you
It
do it
makes
for
you
8
dumb.
hours because, you know, they do a lot of content.
Right.
And then,
It
like, at
makes
the
you
end of the
dumb.
day, you go home and you're like, fucking long day of boinging and binging, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, pour a bourbon.
Hey, honestly, it really fucking got to me today when I was boing and he was binging. It was supposed to be opposite, and that was fucking pissing me off.
Yeah, we went to this.
So next time he comes at me again, I'm gonna put it in his face.
Yeah, I'm a
Swear to
boing
God.
where he ain't been boing before.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bend him over.
You do kid content. I think that is really, all the videos we click on.
That's
it's
crazy.
Stupid. I'll go watch like sports gambling stuff. 150,000 views.
Right.
200,000 views.
Right.
Which is still great. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's fucking awesome.
You gotta think too. There's more saturated
It's like
communities.
82.9 million views. You know what it is though?
How many people are making those videos?
But also not a lot.
Exactly.
One
So it's
and two. What's the one thing about kid content that probably like the all other content doesn't get? Repeat. Put it on again. Kids will watch it again.
Oh,
Put it on
true.
again. Kids will watch it again. Put it on.
Yeah, it's
again.
not like once I
How
see
many
the-
times are you gonna go watch
honestly.
that Lego fucking video?
No, honestly.
That's it, wrap, right? Are you gonna
Did
go
you
back
know
and
that,
watch
like-
that boat? You know how many times they've watched the same video?
Right.
Probably easy 50 times each.
Hundreds. Yeah. You ever?
No one does
did
that
you ever
with
see the
certain
video
videos.
where Mr. Beast cures blindness?
I don't watch.
He
Mr.
cures
Beast
blindness
stuff.
with his bare hands. He puts his hands on people's faces, and his powers cures
That
them.
guy's smile creeps me out. He's like,
It cures them. He touches them, and they're cured.
really?
Yes.
Are you fucking with me? I don't know. I don't watch that stuff.
No, he just spends money for them to get like LASIK surgery.
Oh, you
But he
told me
does it
about
for, like,
that. Like
1,000
he like
people.
is like, yo, I'll pay for it, and
Right. No.
you're gonna let me touch your eyes, and you're gonna say,
Yeah,
oh my
that's
god, I
the
can
YouTube
see.
version. Yeah, no, the Patreon is you get to see how it really happens, and he is the next Jesus Christ reincarnate. And he touches their eyes, and they can see once again. Was blind, now I see.
I once was blind, and now
Mm-hmm.
I fucking see.
Reincarnate.
Now he kills it.
Mr. Beast Burger. Buy it now and join the Mr. Beast Army. Subscribe. Hashtag right now. Hashtag Mr.
He's an
Beast
interesting
Army.
dude. I don't watch like his stuff or know
Yeah,
a
he
lot
does
about
philanthropy
him.
and shit too, but I'm just saying it's like,
But I saw a quote that he said tomorrow, like he could start a YouTube page with nothing attached to him at all. Like no one know it was him.
And he would still make it work.
He was like,
It's an algorithm.
he was like,
Yeah.
YouTube's the easiest thing in the world. I could start a YouTube page tomorrow with no attachment to myself or like my face or anything.
He
Like
knows the
it would be an
algorithm.
anonymous page.
There's a
And he was
girl.
like, I can have 1 million followers. in
I know a
week.
girl who
Easy.
makes shorts. She's the #1 YouTube shorts maker, and she was like, "Oh, I'll just make the oh, it's airsoft content. Oh, I can make that,
Yeah.
and I make the short of it, and it's just, it's just she's like, there's like the content, and then the algorithm level of like, how do you make it be a good short? How is it viral? Right. Well, they know. They fucking study shit like that.
I'm
I
retard.
mean,
have
dude, think
no
about it. You're like,
idea.
I'm going to study something that's going to make me $62 million in a year. That's probably a good investment.
Well, there's a bunch of them kid fucking influencers that are like, yeah, I'm going to retire at like 19 because I have $67 million already.
Yeah, I know.
And
And they go on those TV shows where they're like, we buy and sell
They're
multi-million
like, yeah, I
homes.
made my mom like take me to the
How old are
grocery
you?
store every day, and like I had to pick out items, and then read her the ingredients labels, and then pay for them based off my budget and put the other things back. We
How old
filmed
are you
all of
again?
it.
How old are you?
They're like, oh, I'm 17.
Oh my God, this property is $42 million. They're like, yeah, and I really wanted to have the infinity pool looking over
But I
the
also
valley.
say good form.
Yeah,
Like,
cool.
dude, that's fucking sick.
Sometimes you just get in that algorithm and it works for you, and you're like, damn.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But isn't that like anything? Like how many more like musicians are extremely talented, like the
Right.
top musicians that
Right.
like that we listen to on the radio?
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's just sometimes
There's
it
some
gets,
fucking band in a bar in the middle
there's
of
someone
nowhere
who
that's
sings better than that. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
But you just hit, like you hit a frequency on like a general population that just people just like you said, they can't look away from it. They're like, for some reason it's just you're just drawn to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's one person I don't get at all. Ice Spice.
Oh yeah, the new one,
Yeah.
the new chick.
And
That's
I'm
because you're
always
not
there-
young. You're not a part of that
But
hip
also,
hop
too, I'm
culture.
also very,
hip hop
like-
now. I'll say it. Hip hop sucks now.
Yeah, but that's
Sorry, guys.
every age. Like our parents thought our
Every
music
age. I mean,
sucked.
dude, no. Ask
Our parents
all of
thought
the
their
classic
music sucked.
hip hop creators
Yeah,
that
I
were
know.
the
They all
creators
say it
of hip hop.
sucks. Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Come on, man. A little
course
respect
they
at
say
least."
it
They're
sucks.
like, "No." They're like, this song just says no over and over again, and your butt cheeks smack together.
Yeah,
You're like, yeah. Each no, I make my butt cheeks slap together, and that's how I get all my views. No. They're like, oh my God, that's the best song I've ever heard of.
But views are views. I mean, if you're getting 500 million views,
But then that's again the thing that
Yeah.
they say is like you look in other places like China, maybe with a little more focus because
Yeah.
they're controlling of what people are doing. And it's fucking like be a good person, treat people well,
Yeah.
be a good citizen, be a good contributor to society, actually be beneficial in what you do with your life and find something that you know that you can help others with. It's like, that's what they're fed, right? Boom, 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 boom,
But
boom.
also, but if
Be a
you
good
say you hate
person.
the government, you'll get your head cut off.
You can't say you hate the government, but we're going to help you and give you opportunity to really,
Like, and your kids
focus
better read
as a good
6
Chinese
hours
citizen.
of math a night.
Because that's what a good Chinese citizen does, and they make their children do that because that's what you are, and you're going to do that too, right? Now, the difference is no.
Yeah.
No.
But you choose to consume that content. You
But
don't
see,
have
that's
to
the thing.
consume it.
It's AI, so the algorithm is like, well, I'm not really. They're choosing it, yeah. I mean, when they scroll on it, but guess what? I know what gets the hits, and the algorithm's like, dude, this gets the hits. It's like, no.
Because whenever I like see new trendy shit, like I always go check it out. I'm always like, I
You
want
gotta see what's going on. You gotta keep up with the times.
Well, I mean, again, if you
Not
have a
an idiot.
podcast too, you have to go like, I'm definitely going to go look at it. It's because I have like YouTube music and I'll show you like the top trending shit. And it's like, I always go check out like new albums and new fucking artists. And again, it doesn't do nothing for me, but I'm still like, I just want to see what is the fucking top thing right now that apparently everyone's listening to. And I'm just like, I don't get it. And I think that's because like, isn't it a thing where your taste in like music and movies and just I think like culture in general, it like stops at a certain point? Like from like 16 to 24, like that's like
That's what you're gonna listen to
like
forever.
you're always gonna say this is good.
Good, yeah. It's like that developmental age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like your
Something
roots,
psychological,
and and when you're
I mean, that's
40
when-
years old, you're gonna be like, hey, this.
I mean,
is
dude, I know you've
dog
seen the
shit.
60-year-olds in the club being like, this Ice Spice song is my favorite. They're like,
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shit, it's hype, but it's not good.
Shit's hype for sure.
Shit's hype. No, there's a lot of music that's hype. That's the thing. I think you gotta like differentiate.
But there's quality.
The difference between like a vibe and
quality.
Like, quality. Like there's music that should be played at a party that's not good, but it's fucking hype. But there's music you should be played like when you really want to listen to something and feel something.
It's so funny too because
more like in depth. It's
and music, but the
like,
spectrum's so wide too because there's like serious music and not serious music.
I mean, people used to listen to fucking people be like, you know what I'm saying? What was it called? Crooning?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the moon.
Fly me to the moon. Yeah. And then fucking.
They were like, that shit kills, dude. Hey, do that one again. Do the one that everybody likes. Do it again.
They love it, dude.
Do it again.
It's the one Indian.
Do the one again.
Which one?
Do the Fly Me to the Moon one again.
Fly me to the moon.
They're like, we love that shit, man.
Like,
Keep
it's
that.
the fucking best thing ever, dude.
Play that every hour.
That guitar shit that they're starting to like put on us right now.
Oh, Van Halen?
That shit is garbage. That shit was all called garbage.
Yeah. Stevie Ray Vaughan?
That's not good music. That's devil music.
Yeah, but then it just comes around and you're like, oh, this shit
Leonard
hits.
Skinner, that shit's not good. It's bad. It is not classical at all. That's demon music.
Yeah, but
then you're
that
like,
music didn't have ass cheeks slapping together.
It
really is something.
Great music.
It really is something too when you pull something down to a certain level of existence, and I think sex is on that level.
Yeah, it's when you have
basic
to
shit. It's like, man, we're fucking getting the lowest of the low with this shit because everybody's like, they're like, I can smell it.
Oh, dude.
You know,
spray the fart spray in my face. Timmy, spray the spray in my face. He's like, Dad, we said no gag gifts. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Stop, dude. Stop, dude.
Don't tell your mother.
I can't put that one in.
No.
Yeah, no, it's just like, it's something different, man. It's something different, and, man, shit's wild.
I like to look, I like to still, I don't know, I like to fucking still, like, look at the new stuff because I don't ever just want to be like,
keep up what's going on.
I don't ever want to be like, oh yeah, I don't look at that. No.
Yeah, you make sure you're looking at everything. Keeping an eye out, keeping an ear out, knowing what's going on. You're like,
because she just got nominated for like 4 whatever the music is. Is it Grammys?
Sure.
I think it is.
They're
Grammys.
like, dude, give that person trophies.
Nominated for 4 Grammys, and I was like, damn, that's wild because I legit went and listened to her whole CD.
Come on.
I drive a truck all day.
Kind of,
again, it's not bad. Like it's. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. It's definitely a vibe. Like, you can tell it's a vibe. Like, it is a time and a place and a vibe. It's not bad. But I'm like...
Juicy J is way better.
This
100%.
is what's being nominated as, like, the best stuff right now. And I'm like, damn, there really isn't anything that's better than this right now?
And that's what... It's not about that anymore. It's not about that anymore.
It's not bad. That's the thing.
It's not about, damn, this is the best. It's not about that anymore.
No.
It used to be like, this is monumental to music as a culture.
Yeah. But see, I don't know a lot about music like you do.
See, and you learn, you're like, dude, there are certain eras of music that are so...
Influential.
Of
course.
And it takes time to realize, of course, like you said, because initially... And I guess it's just time that does it because eventually people are going to say this era with Ice Spice was influential. So influential to the fact where maybe without it you wouldn't have gotten something better.
The 60s were what? Like the hippie, like jam band, right?
Starting like the 20s, you know what the 20s were? Like the roaring 20s, right?
And that's pretty goddamn far.
But then you get to like the crooning of the 50s, like you said.
So we have a Frank Sinatra area. And then we go our 60s, which is like your jam band, hippie, like revolution music.
But 60s too was also like something about the 60s. It was like there was like rock and roll starting to start up in the 50s.
Of course.
And then the 60s and then the 70s was like classic rock.
Yes.
That's what we know as classic rock today.
80s is hair band.
And more electronic disco stuff comes around.
90s is grunge.
The guitars came back.
What's the fucking...
all that...
What's Kurt Cobain? Nirvana.
Like, the safety dance.
I mean, yeah.
It was like 80s. It was like electronic. They were like, we can make electronic music.
Very like pop, hip-hop.
Yeah, but then still, that's when you have the technology, it starts to branch so much. And you're like, yeah, the electronic music really in the 90s turned into just like... It went from like 80s pop, electronic, to like 90s house.
Yeah.
It was like hard rave shit. And then it came back with like EDM now, how it's like melodic, and it got away from like the house, and it even got into like dubstep, where it's like
That was like that 2010
it's like
shit.
making music with shit.
Skrillex
Yeah, right. But
and,
then that whole time you have like that grunge rock went into like punk.
Yeah.
And it went into like, and then it became like a little more poppy.
Yeah.
Everything became a little more poppy in the 2000s. Pop music hit with like Britney Spears. In
Oh,
the 90s it
insane.
started.
I mean, huge.
And now you look at the radio, you have like Demi Lovato. So that's
Yeah.
like where the pop stayed. You know, then you have the country. That's a whole other thing. You know, it's branches. It's very cool.
It is cool. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like to keep up with the new shit. Although I'll never buy it or like,
Yeah.
you know, I would never be like, oh, put that on. It's still cool to keep up with it because it's still kind of like cool to see like this came from something. You know what I mean? It came from something. It didn't just
Always.
It wasn't original. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It has roots. And when you look at that kind of shit, it's just one of those things where I'm like, damn, this came from something, and this was this person's vision of like what they you know wanted to like portray. Like you said, like how movies used to be more of like I want to like capture this emotion and try to captivate my audience with it. And maybe it's not that thought of it on like that scale now, but
Because money is
But
like,
maybe-
wow, that's not what making money.
no,
man.
money right now is views and kind of like almost more of like which kind of almost has always been that way. What kind of like pushes the line, you know what I mean? It's kind of like almost too much, you know what I mean? It's like a little too.
Well, it's like it's when the power and the money impact the culture too much.
Yeah.
Where the culture can't bloom the way it is because it's more impacted by the monetary economics of it. Of like, well, that's not really going to bloom because we're not going to let it because it doesn't make money.
It's not going to be funded. Like,
Right.
No funding. You know what I mean? And this day, if, you know, in order to like really get something to like take off like that, you're going to have the funding
Yeah.
for it to like be that
I mean,
quick.
just think
Unless
now
you
if
have
someone's
like
like-
20 years to like make it work.
I mean, just look, someone was like, you know, after everything that I grew up listening to, my father and my mother, and they let me listen to all these different types of genres, this is what I came up with. In the arms of
Yeah, dude.
the angels, fly away with me.
Adopt a dog today. SPCA. Don't let them puppies be dead.
On that note, make sure you take your dogs out frequently, not every 6 to 9 hours. That's a little too much. You should take them out every few hours, like 2 to 4. And in that, I'm going to say, it's time for me to take my dog out.
Oh, okay. I was
Dude.
like, your dog hasn't been out in 6 to 9 hours.
No. Damn. I have to take my dog out.
Well, with that, we'll wrap this week's episode up with our sponsor,
Okay.
Applebee's. This
2
Saturday.
for 20.
No, this Saturday's Veterans Day.
Oh.
And if you're a veteran, active duty, or have served, or someone you have loved or been in love with has served, they can go on down to Applebee's and get themselves a free entree. Bring the whole family, bring that veteran, bring that member, bring whoever was directly involved with that person who was involved in the military. Come on down, get yourself a free entree. You also get a red, white, and blue margarita to celebrate this country.
Love it.
It'll be on the house. Your family's there won't, but yours will be.
Quick question, sir.
Go ahead.
Can I bring my grandfather in the jar?
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Respect.
Sit them right on the table. They actually have little like grooves in the table for urns that you can bring your loved ones
Okay.
who have been
I
cremated.
just know where I used to live when they would do that special on Veterans Day. They stopped doing that at a lot of places because people would just, you know, get some firewood ash, put it in a jar, and say it was poppy.
Yeah, well, those people are going to hell.
True.
So, unfortunately, if your soul's worth a steak dinner,
Then feel
them in
feel
too.
free. Yeah,
because
feel
guess
free.
what? That's just less people in heaven.
Oh,
More room for
nice.
us.
Yeah, and it's
So-
limited. It's limited.
Come on down to Applebee's this weekend. This Saturday, not this weekend, just this Saturday from 10 to close. Bring your veteran in person or in a jar, and they'll receive a free entree and have a good dinner with your family. Because you know when we're at
Beautiful.
Applebee's, we're doing what? We're eating good in the neighborhood, baby. On that note, we'll see you next week, friends.
In the neighborhood.
UltraWisdom.